third edition of Shrimp Retail. It is my pleasure to make some my presentation, and it's really, in India, what Dr. Pradhan said, that we had very limited data, and that is the thing that is, constraining the research in this area. And before I go to something on the Indian fishery sector, I would like to mention that in 2011-12, there was one data that is coming from the National Sample Survey Organization. The National Sample Survey Organization, they did a collection, some collection of fishery data, and from which the 68th round, but it lacks the species level insights. Nobody knows what is the demand for each of the species. So in this count, the current study by the National Council of Applied Economic Research assumes importance. And as you can see that India, after green and white revolution, India is now going through the blue revolution. But as I have already mentioned, it is very much under researched. And we can see that there is, less policy attention to these major crops. That is the one that I need to focus on. And the 22-23 study by National Council of Applied Economic Research, they analyzed the household data covering 24 states, which is categorized into high, moderate, and low consumption group based data from the NSS 68th round. So NSS 68th round data has been clubbed into high consuming, moderately consuming, and low consuming states. And we have done the state level ranking in terms of household fish consumption. The study also aimed to provide some comprehensive estimate of fish demand for the next 5 to 10 years. And it also proposed recommendation to promote and enhance the demand for fishery market in India. So I would like to skip some of this, but this is very important. The monthly consumption expenditure on fish in proportion to total food expenditure has gone up now to 16.77% in 2022 as compared to 7.63% in 2011-12. So this is one of the basic highlights that I need to focus on, and in which also, both in National Sample Survey as well as in the NCAER survey, we have observed that the urban consumption is slightly more than the rural one. So that is the one. And also we can see that monthly consumption of fish per household has shown a quantum leap in 10 years. It was in 2011-12, it was 2.66. Now it has gone to 4.99 kg household consumption, of course, in 2022. So that is a significant jump. So that shows that there is a preference for fish market or fish demand in India. And we can see that the freshwater fish, marine fish, prawn, and others is been categorized, but freshwater fish has the lion's share, 77.4%, but marine fish is 16% share, while prawn it is 2%, and others like crab, lobster, it is 4.3%, etc. But one thing that I would like to say that there's a prawn looks most preferred in West Bengal, followed by Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So that is the one we have observed from the state level analysis of the shrimp market in India. Now, The state-wise consumption pattern is shown here, and we can see that the state-wise per capita household average quantity of fish consumed in the last 30 days, because this is a reference period, that is the last 30 days. It is the date of interview of the based on date of interview. It shows that the Kerala is the high among the high fish eating states. Kerala, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, they are the high fish eating state. On the other hand, there are moderately as well as low fish eating states. And this is actually the figure. I don't want to divulge more on this, but I can see that the Kerala is the highest, followed by West Bengal and Assam. And in Kerala, most households consume marine fish, whereas in West Bengal and Assam, it is freshwater fish. And there is why fish consumption is more. So there is an increasing awareness that the fish is providing high quality protein. So we have observed more than 55% of the household, they are saying that they prefer fish because it is providing high quality protein. Around 28% of the household, they are aware that it is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So this is the distribution that I can show you, and from where after COVID, this this awareness is very important, and that is also having an important spike in the demand for fish. Now, but another thing that is very important, that we can see that the high prices of fish, that has some big correlation in the consumption. And I can show you that there is an inverse relation between the high prices of fish that pinches the state that is having lower per capita income. So that has also been observed. Now, here, we have observed that in the last 5 years, over the last 5 years, there is, on balance, there is more people are eating fish now. That forget about the neutral. Now you can see the eat more now is 20.7%, but eat less now is only 7.1%. So on balance, we can see there is an impact on higher fish consumption. So, of course, availability of attractive fish products like packaged fish nuggets, etc. It has some impact in raising the consumption of fishes. Now, we have had some. I would skip this portion. We have a binary logic model to analyze the consumption behavior, and from this, I don't want to divulge details on this because this will take time to explain. But we have observed that a positive link exists between education level and fish consumption. That means knowledge is shaping in higher, healthier food choices. That is very important observation. We have observed that doorstep delivery is the most influential factor that drives fish consumption, followed by the availability of diverse fish varieties in the market. So that is also an important observation. Nutritional awareness, especially post-COVID, significantly boosts fish consumption as households increasingly recognize its health benefit. And also the model shows that fish consumption is higher in urban areas compared to the rural regions. And a negative relation, please take note of this, a negative relationship exists between health expenditure and fish consumption that critically suggests that household consuming more fish tends to spend less on health care. That is likely due to its positive impact on health. So that is all the model, the binary model. And also, I would like to now say something on the determinants of household consumption of fish, that fish eating household prioritize factors like odor. These I don't want to divulge. The the fish availability till 2031. So this actually, we have, three scenarios, build-ups, three scenarios. One is the business as usual scenario that reflects the trend position. Moderately optimistic scenario, that means GDP growth rate between 2017 and 2023, that is 6.2%. On the other hand, in 22-23, we had the GDP growth rate of 8.1%. So that is considered to be the most optimistic scenario. Now, if we, and the total availability of fish is my determinant variable, total domestic production plus import, and we have, netted out export. So this is my domestic availability. Now that shows that this is my model, and I don't want to explain on this because I have also done some, references and all that. So with this, I can show that the overall, if I go for simple trend, the available fish quantity, that is 2020-21 is my base, and it will go to 20 million ton in 2026 and 27, and it will go to 2030 to 31, to 26 million ton in 2030-31. But on the other hand, forget about the moderate optimism, it is there, it is showing. But if we consider the highly optimistic scenario with higher GDP growth rate, of course, and then it can go up to 34 million ton in 2030-31. So there are so many important insights from the focus group discussion that I want to skip because we have very limited time. And my recommendation in this, the fish consumption is steadily increasing across varieties, which is shown in our report. Technology-based marketing and doorstep delivery are one of the key factors to boost market demand. Awareness drives on the nutritional value of fish can further enhance consumption. Urbanization is positively impacting fish demand, with urban households consuming more than the rural ones. And economic status strongly influences fish consumption. Policies that improve incomes via infrastructure and efficiency upgrades can drive demand. This is one. And supply constraints are driving prices of certain fish varieties beyond the reach of many households. That we have observed, and that requires urgent attention to balance demand and supply. The frozen fish market has great potential, but needs cold storage and infrastructure and supply chain support. And we have observed that sustainable development strategy is essential to sustain rising fish consumption, and also with coordinated center-state policies, because there are some issues with respect to the state policy as well. So it is in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. The fish demand in India is projected to reach new heights in the coming decade and beyond. So that's all, and thank you very much for this opportunity. Many thanks.
Since, in fact, we can have a question and answer. Doctor, can you please come on the stage? Any questions from the audience side? Yes, someone can give the mic.
To project fish as a health food, which
Yeah.
we are very much doing. So for the health, what parameters you have taken? Like, it is heart health, or what you have taken exactly?
Yeah. This actually, this has been, the household survey was mainly, under the supervision of the former Director General of the National Sample Survey Organization, Dr. G.C. Manna. He was the former Director General. And it was very, very scientifically planned. And the data that we have observed, because it was an extensive, it covered more than 12,600 households across 24 states, that has been mentioned. So the data what we have collected, it was all been scientifically monitored, and we had a set of team to visit all the states, and the results that had come up, that is also showing the robustness, because from the national NSSO figures as well as for our NCAER figures, it is showing the quantum jump, and we have only considered there are 4 stratum on this data. First stratum was definitely the fish in terms of frequency of eating fish. Who are taking more fish per week, those who are taking 5 days, they eat fish. Similarly, there are occasional, those who take occasional fish, those who have also been included. On the other hand, there is an extension of this that I would like to mention, that we have also covered hotels and restaurants, because that is also another part of consumption, in India. So we have included that as well. So all these are been, taken into consideration. And after that, we have, the fishery expert in our team. Dr. Bimal Chand was also there. He was also there. And we had the team of experts who used to guide us and monitor us, definitely, because we are, a policy institute. We required some domain expert as well. So all these are been, involved in this exercise. And the report is freely available in our website. The report is freely available in NCAER's website. Anyone can, log in and they can check the report. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a fantastic study, because it's such a very involved, very broad study. And one of the surprising things for me is that the gap between the marine fish consumption and the freshwater fish consumption, because most of the fish consumed came from freshwater as opposed to marine, whereas the states that consumed a lot was West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Of course, in West Bengal you have considerable freshwater fish consumption, but is it like the percentage based on the number of households, or is it based on the weight, or what? Because it's a percentage.
It's
what are the?
It's based on the quantum of fish they consume. So that is the major criteria.
Okay.
Because you can see in Kerala there is kiosks. Fish kiosks are also there. And earlier I was, since being a Bengali, I thought maybe Bengalis are the most fish eating. But my concept was totally, it was, when I went to Kerala and saw the frequency and extent of consumption, so I was really surprised. So that way, Kerala, but the pattern of fish consumption is different. They take marine fish more. That is the thing that we have observed. In the coastal area, mostly they take marine fish. On the other hand, in Assam, Odisha, West Bengal, there they take more of freshwater fish. That is the thing that we have observed. That is the difference.
Yeah. And may I know, like you continue to do this study in the future, or how do you arrive at a study, to do a study
fishery,
like this?
Fishery is, NCAER is an institute where we do policy research. So this is basically to give some inputs to the government, because government was not having an all India vision or all India, what is the current scenario. Because NSSO did a study in 2011-12. After that, there was nothing came out from NSSO. And that too was very limited, only on fish consumption, only nothing more than that. So now we did what we did, that is the species wise, because in our report we detailed out all the species, how much it is being consumed, and that way we have done. Maybe after 5 years we may require another, all India study to check the trend, how much it is moving and in which direction.
All the best. I think we don't have any data at all, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good to see something coming out.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you. So we will move to any. Okay, only last question we'll take. Okay.
Dr. Ondapada, thank you for the insightful presentation. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have summarized very well. So I represent Fresh to Home. Your data already summarizes that urban consumption is better than rural.
Mike, yeah.
Not audible is
Yeah.
better. So urban consumption is better. As we know, India is 40% vegetarian. Now, when we take the non-veg cohort also, we find fish consumption holistically far lower. Bengal, Kerala, obviously the coastal belts are better. Now, when we do primary data research, the reason we find people averse to fish is because of the hygiene coefficient. What is the hygiene coefficient? 99% of the fish market is non-organized. So it's mandis, butchery shops being cut on the road. It's dirty. It's holistically just not the best place to be. Now, even though the health benefits are there, protein, omega-3, other benefits, consumers feel that the way it is processed and sold, that itself has hygiene and health parameters which are detrimental to people's households consuming that. Now, these are typically non-fish consuming families. Now, as policies for the governmental perspective, do we wish to implement things where we clean up what the current situation is? For people who have visited Ghazipur Mandi, it isn't the cleanest place. The way we handle things isn't the best possible thing. Now, obviously we are the second largest fish manufacturer after China in the world. A lot of our fish yield is exported outside. The best quality, which we call it, that also is sent outside. Now, at a policy framework issue, if we want these consumption patterns to go up, the health quotients to go up, do we have something in plan, in queue, in discussion, that we want to address these matters? For example, poultry industry. Poultry did this 30 years ago. So they went into clean slaughterhouses, clean way of doing things, and the perception or the perspective consumers have today is far diverse than what it used to be 10, 15 years back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, actually, this I didn't show, though it is in this PPT presentation because of the timing. That is the substitution effect and all that. That is all been, covered. We have covered that part as well because, what makes the difference? Because substitution effect and one, the answer to your query is also itself. You have given the answer because. The urban and rural, because in rural consumption, when I am saying the urban consumption is more, that means what? It is all been marketed, or we have that estimate. On the other hand, in the rural area, sometimes they self-consumption is there. That may not have been captured. That is one, because. We tried our level best to, cover more and more household. So that is one. Number two, the way the urban consumption is, you are saying that there is some sort of substitution effect as well. Because this substitution, we have already done some estimation. And we have estimated that, even say, for example, this one type of fish, the tilapia. Tilapia is a fish. If tilapia is charged 80 rupees or say 90 rupees, they can be cheaper than chicken. So that is one. In that case, if the people, those who are a little bit of health consciousness are there, will they shift to fish or will they stick to chicken? So that was the kind of question that we did. And we have come out with the result as well. Because that is all there in our report. You can check that. Okay? Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you. So now, on behalf of this Shrimp Retail Conference, so we'll be giving a painting as a token of appreciation. So I would like to invite Dr. Saurabh Sekhar. So just to give a